Welcome in, everybody. Two Piece Pod. I'm your host, Patrick Parker. Today I got my boy Josh back on the episode. By the way, this episode is brought to you by Porterville Wholesale. I know gas prices have dropped a little bit, but they can still save you even more money than before over at Porterville Wholesale. My boy's got all the tools you need to get your house set up, no matter what it is. He's got, the screwdriver sets that you need to go get. He's even got the toolboxes all to put them in. He's got nail guns, compressors, patio sets, lighting, indoors, outdoors, fans, all that good stuff, lawn equipment, whatever you need, go check it out. Go see. I just posted a whole bunch of pictures up on my Facebook for it. You can go on there. He wrote a little thing on there for me, so go check it out. He's also at 1902 West North Grand in Porterville, California. You gotta go visit that store, man. It's definitely worth it. Go check him out. What's up, my boy? How you doing tonight?
Not too bad.
How's work been? I know you guys have got a hectic job, so tell me a little bit about it.
Same old, same old. For everyone who doesn't know,
Hall ambulance.
Hall ambulance.
I've seen a lot of strike teams. I was talking to you about it a little
years.
bit, but I've seen a lot of strike teams out. What's happening still?
I don't know. Just being constantly understaffed, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Are
so, actually, I heard something that
What?
these guys were actually going to take off. So they weren't happy with their contract. This is Hall ambulance rumors, so who knows if it's true? Cause
The
last
strike
time-
teams?
Yeah. So apparently, I didn't know that Hall was paying these guys.
Have
so
to.
Hall is picking up the check.
Yeah,
for
you
these
have
guys.
to. Who else is going to?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was the county, something like
No. Well, think about it. They are county EMS.
that. But anyways, so apparently they weren't happy with their contract. So it sounds like they are taking off on us.
Huh.
Give us the deuces. So it'll be back, from what I understand. Again, all rumors. God knows if it's true or not. But we're gonna lose all the strike team medics, especially the East Kern guys, and then be back to it with our own, except for Pro Safety. Pro Safety's got what two units, I believe, something like that.
Okay.
I think they're working on the third.
That's cool. Yeah. I had Arnold Thomas on here not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw Arnold a couple days ago.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks like Arnold still, huh?
he does.
Yeah.
A little different to see him like not in the white shirt, but
Right.
still Arnold. for
Still
sure.
Arnold.
Yeah.
What's up, Arnold, if you listening?
Mr. Thomas.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that even after, now that COVID's died down and everything, for some reason it just continues to rise up like in Kern County.
Was I talking to you? Well, okay. Did I talk to you about the call I made the other day to Hall Ambulance?
Yeah, he told me about that.
So for you that don't know, at my job I had to ask a homeless guy to leave who had a giant bottle of Jack Daniels. Spilt it. It broke because it was full. He started trying to drink it out of that. He ended up leaving. Other stuff he was doing, I don't know. I saw pills on the ground, but that's it.
You saw pills on the ground?
Yeah, like
Oh,
a whole
you didn't
bunch of
tell me
them. And I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. So then, maybe an hour or two later, he comes into my job and saying, hey, can you give me beer, a pitcher of beer? And I said, no, I can't give you a pitcher of beer. You got to get out of here. After I told him no, he goes, then I need a paramedic.
How does that work? Where does that correlation come together? That's every homeless person. Like, okay, I can't do this or I can't do that. You know what? I'll just call 911. No big deal. Like, where did that start? Because that makes no sense, and it's one of the reasons that we're always so short-handed and running around the city like crazy. Like, I just don't get it. We're not a taxi service. It's wild.
So when I called, I said, hey, check it out. Because he didn't even give me a reason. I said, what's your reason?
Don't need a reason.
I was like, okay.
Oh, forgot. But continue, because policies have changed.
Yes. So
Yeah, I love it.
called him up and I said, hey, I got a homeless guy here that wanted to give you guys a call. I told him I didn't know what the policies were yet. And I told him you might want to send just BLS. It sounds like this guy wants just a ride.
Right.
Which is true. He gave me no reason, other than the fact that he couldn't get drunk. You know what I mean? And who knows? Maybe that could have, hurt him. But at the same time,
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I figured
he had
he'll
at
get
least a
something else.
little jack in the system.
Yeah. So then he sits there. The lady goes, "Okay, well, our policies are different now due to the pandemic of COVID, and
Right.
so we'll see if he needs a ride. I need to ask a few questions to find out where we go from here." I said, "Great." Asked the guy question. She said, "Is he in pain?" I said, "Are you in pain?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where?" "I don't know." Okay, cool, whatever, man. I don't know. She said, "What's the story behind it?" I told her the whole story. She tells me, she's like, "I'm going to have to inform you that we are not going to be sending an ambulance your way today. Please inform him that we would like for him to go see his primary doctor."
Surge.
And I said, "Oh, yeah.
Love it.
I'll inform him." Not saying the guy didn't need help, but at the same time, it wasn't the help that he was wanting to get at the time.
Right.
And that's different. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's different. Like, when you're just literally, I bet you he just wanted to find somewhere else where he could go probably ask for money or something.
And some of that is just transportation to somewhere closer.
Or
because if you go to Mercy Truxton,
being inside.
you're not too far from the homeless shelters. If you go to Memorial, you're also not too far from. And then if you get to the hospital, sometimes they provide you with a sandwich, some clothes, something like that.
Yeah.
But that is not the job of the 911 ambulances to
nor
be
the
your taxi
hospitals.
service. Well, that's true.
Keep it real.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. Like, and don't get me wrong, but just as much as I've seen, I bet you've seen, a lot of other people have seen, like, these people in the ERs and these doctors and these nurses and phlebotomists and all these people, they save lives, dude. I've seen them save lives numerous times, but it's incredible. Not gonna lie, I hate to say it like that, but it's incredible. But the more that they get tied down with these homeless people, or something else that's not very needed at the time, or somebody who doesn't really want the help.
Right, because some of these people are. Some people don't realize that it only takes like 6 minutes from your heart stopping to being completely brain dead, and so if your ambulance is responding, and they just got tied up with a homeless person, and now they're further out than what they would have been. That time savings on those super critical calls is the difference between life and death.
And I'm not saying, like, hey, when something happens and you can't do it yourself, call 911. It's a great idea, but again, 911 when I grew up was always for emergencies.
Real emergencies.
Yeah, like if I called 911 when I was
called 911 at all as a kid or anything.
Never called 911. 911.
Well, maybe
I didn't even
pranked. I might have pranked.
I didn't even prank call 911.
I might have pranked once.
Like, nah, I was like, I don't want to call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I bet you so many kids prank call them. Think about how many calls they probably
911 hang-ups. You remember getting 911 hang-up calls? I bet you tens at like every like.
And they're gonna call them back, don't they? If they can get
they
them,
call back. I actually did it the other day. They call back, but they don't call back. When it pops up, it doesn't say 911. It says some like random other number. So if you don't answer, you don't know, and then from there it becomes a 911 hang-up, and so they have to respond to someone. Yeah, and then they use the data from your cell phone
to find you,
to find the location. Right.
That's so crazy, and they find you quick.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, we've got this new thing, this Tele 911 deal. Did you hear about that?
What is it?
It's Tele 911. So, as if we didn't have enough equipment to carry, we've got another tablet on top of our computer. And the tablet is basically it's for AMAs, like those difficult AMAs, like people over the age of 65. And, people that are saying they don't need to go. Or it's for those people that don't need to go, but they could use something. So they could use a prescription of antibiotics. They could use a prescription for painkillers or whatever. So what you do is you show up on scene, you do your full assessment or whatever, and you deem that the patient would benefit from talking to a doctor and getting prescription or something like that.
That's
but
what
they
she
don't
did.
need to be. They don't need to be transported.
Yes.
So now we got this little tablet, and we call it up, and 24/7,
there's a
and the
doctor.
doctor is on the tablet, and they FaceTime with the patient, and they will actually write prescriptions, and
via FaceTime.
via FaceTime.
Wow.
They will write prescriptions.
That's actually pretty
for-
dope, though.
Yeah,
That's-
it's supposed to be for time savings. I will say I haven't figured it out how to make it really a time saving thing, because it's only supposed to be about 15 minutes, but in total the whole call takes about 45, 50 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's like anything else. Think about it. When you first started doing those tablets over and over,
Right.
you were like, "Dang, this takes forever."
Exactly.
And then eventually it was like, done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like eventually you get enough calls, you're like, that's done.
I will say the emergency, because they're all emergency department physicians, so it's
But
not
that's
like you're
pretty
dealing
dope,
with
though.
someone who's like a pediatrician or
Yeah,
anything.
but that's
right?
cool.
Yeah, so it's all emergency department physicians, and the guy that's on at night, cool, super cool.
So do they have it at the ERs?
What do you mean?
Like, say right now you're in a call. Does it go to one of the ERs in town?
No, I think these guys are out of town. They have talked to a couple emergency department physicians here in Kern County, but so far
That's hard still, though, too.
I don't think that anyone signed up because they're at home at the time. Like they're chilling at their office
Oh.
in their home.
Hearing this call come off.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, I gotta go
it's
pick that up.
24/7. So I'm calling this dude at like 2:00 in the morning.
Maybe that's just his on time though.
Right, it is. Yeah.
Dang.
But calling this dude up at 2:00 in the morning, he has to get up and take this call. You know, it takes.
Does he ever look like
15,
he's just
20
waking
minutes.
up like?
No, I will say that the one guy that, because I only gotten one guy. I know there's probably a few more, but I've only gotten one guy. That guy, he's legit. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, but I still think that's pretty dope. Like, even at that, like, because that was a big problem for a lot of people is that they wanted a prescription, they couldn't get it, and so they're gonna be like, hey, I'm going to the hospital because I will get something either close to or I will get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like,
the
dang.
the protocols for it though are a little iffy. Like any AMA, you should be calling these people, or any like it.
Any
You
AMA,
don't
though?
need to call you. I can explain to someone why they don't need to go or whatever, and then they'll agree, and then we'll come to conclusion. I don't think I need to call the doc
when the
every
guy's
single
like,
time.
hey, I poked myself with a pencil.
Right.
Oh, hold on, let me call the doc.
Right.
Hey, this guy.
Actually, I think there is. Yeah, exactly.
himself.
I think there is a
Poking
protocol
himself
for
right here
like
with a
simple
pencil.
trauma. You don't have to say like the person's 72, but they have a skin tear. You don't have to call. You're not gonna call.
Dang,
Tele
being
911 for
72
that.
though and having a skin tear, that thing could be anything from like a little tiny one to.
To just.
Oh
right,
my
yeah,
god,
skin
that's
tears
what
are
I'm so
terrible.
nervous because I got thin skin already.
Yeah.
So when I get older, that's gonna be me.
Yeah. Well, you know
just gonna-
how it happens is you use antibiotics over a long period of time. Like people who have like chronic UTIs and all that, it actually attacks the skin and causes that thin paper-like skin that just tears and bruises. Yeah, it's terrible. I hate that skin.
Yeah,
That
because
and
you
the-
touch it and it's just.
Yeah, just that and burns.
That's why. Okay, keep it real. Whenever I used to pick people up, a lot of times I either used to like, and I hate to say this, but I used to hug them before like COVID and all that. And so I used to be like, okay, put your arms on top
the
of mine.
crossover deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I come around and I just hug them and we just go up slowly and then, we could sit down. And it was because I could use my legs.
Yeah.
I liked that because I could keep my back straight.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize, like, these people are heavy. And if you ever tried to carry somebody, that person is heavy. I don't care.
Yeah. And if you're carrying them, more than likely they're all dead weight. They're not
Yes.
going to be able to help you at all.
Yes. So that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, but it was a lot of times just for like the old grannies or grandpas. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the grannies used to love it because it would help them out so much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just felt, because don't get me wrong, but grannies like to feel comfortable and safe. And when you can like make them feel comfortable and safe, especially when you're care, they'll be a lot better around you. I've noticed that.
That's true. But yeah, we got a couple tools going in trying to fix this overwhelming 911 system. That we
Dude, that's
have in
crazy,
Kern
though.
County. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
911
going to get pushed towards like. I think it'd be cool if we had like a community paramedicine. I know that So these are these are paramedics that come and check up on you.
Oh, at home?
Yeah, at home.
Okay.
And so it's not a 911 call. It's just a checkup and being like, hey, are you taking your antihypertensive? Are you taking your seizure medication? Do you need this? Do you need that? Whatever, just to make sure that these people like that call all the time aren't calling as much. So I think it is going to maybe shift. Maybe we will get like some community paramedics that are out there like, hey, you've called 911 4 times in the last month or so.
What's going on?
This hypertensive crisis that you keep having. Okay, well, let's get your prescription filled. Let's get your metoprolol. Let's, make sure you're taking it, that kind of thing. So you're not
getting your stuff all set up. Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, again, taking time away.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
So it's taking
every
time
once
away.
in a while, there are people that actually really, really need it.
That's cool, though, man. I'm glad, like, they're trying to figure something out, and it seems like they're trying to make things better. It's still not going to be better. I mean, you got to think it's just going to take time before it gets better.
This has been since I started like 6-7 years ago, it just seems like it always constantly every year is more calls than the last. And then it made sense with COVID that we exploded. But now that COVID's dying down, the call volume doesn't go down.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense.
You think more people are thinking, like, now I got to definitely go to the hospital or what?
Right. Well,
They're like, now is the time.
right.
Go to the hospital.
I will say that because I think the stats have already been done for this, but during the COVID pandemic, a lot of people, we got a jump in cardiac arrests and stuff because people weren't going to the hospital because they were afraid of COVID. So they were waiting it out until it was severe. And then we're getting that.
So they were doing the actual 911s.
Right, yeah. But you don't have to wait that long. Like, you shouldn't be waiting until your heart stops to call, right?
I'm dying.
Right.
911.
But people were like, they started avoiding the hospital, and so we were getting like, cardiac arrest at homes shot up and everything because people were like, you know what, COVID's in the hospital, and I know that COVID's at the hospital. I don't want to go.
I do not want to be there.
Right, exactly.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be at the hospital.
Yeah.
You'd be at the hospital, have a heart attack, then you're going to go home with a heart attack and COVID.
Right. Strokes, MI, like heart attacks, stuff like that, all that stuff. People were waiting until the last minute, and then
Too late.
Yeah. So don't worry. There's a fine line. Don't wait that long, but realize that there's other ways of going around, seeing your primary, taking your medications to avoid that 911 call.
See, that makes it intense. But I mean, I definitely get it because I mean, I heard a lot of people were dying, and it's probably just the stress of knowing that COVID is all around,
right,
causing people to even do that more.
It's still here a little bit.
Yeah, bro, COVID is still very much here.
Yeah,
I don't know what you mean by still here.
Well,
COVID is very much
it's
here.
Not affecting.
It's just becoming common now.
Right.
Like
it's not affecting the 911 system like it was
because
before.
it's like the cold now. It's like it should have been to begin with.
Yeah.
People were all freaking out, but yeah, it is. It's COVID. Like, shit. Sorry, but it's gonna happen. What are you gonna do to stop it? You're not going to.
I feel like
they can't find. They don't put it like this. They never found a cure for it. They found a vaccine to help it.
Well, it's viral, so yeah. There's definitely gonna be no cure.
Exactly. So,
I feel like we're heading towards like herd immunity, where you just basically like everyone's got it at least once. So now you know that the immunity's out there, and
did you get it?
Everyone's gonna be fine. I've never tested positive for it.
So I've never tested positive for it either. Knock on some wood,
Right.
But me nor Mila nor Cree.
Yeah.
I think her daughter did, but I don't know if her son did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've just been keeping my hands clean.
I've never tested, but I don't. Maybe I've had it, but I've also had the vaccine.
Right, that's true. Oh, I've never been vaccinated.
But I've never tested positive.
Yeah, I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah.
It's personal preference.
Right.
Whoa,
yeah.
Young and healthy. You my age.
You're younger than me,
bro. How old are you?
Years?
How old are you?
Just turned 31.
Okay, you just turned 31.
Yeah.
I'm 30.
What'd you do for your big 30? You're not 30.
I
you
swear
liar.
to God.
You liar.
I went to the beach.
No,
I
really?
swear to God, yeah. Went to the beach.
For your birthday? For your big 3-0?
Went to the beach.
Okay.
I don't really do much for my birthdays, man. I'm not a
No.
not a out. I used to be a little bit.
Yeah.
I used to be. I'm not a very outgoing person anymore, though. I don't want to be out and about.
When
I just want to hang out with the family. Yeah. Well, no, but
When
yes.
I first met you, you were.
I wasn't really
I'm
going
not
out.
saying like out wilding out. I'm just saying you were the people person out there.
I was having
always
fun, but
chopping
not.
it up with
Yeah, well,
people.
yeah, I always chop it up with people still, though.
Yeah.
That's what gets me in trouble. 'Cause I'm very. Think about what we're doing right now.
That's true.
Just talking.
It's
That's
more
what I like to do.
productive,
But anyways, while we're talking, I always call my boy up to supply me, but VIP on the go. If you need any medicinal needs, any pins, wax pins, they got the flour, they got the pre-rolled joints and the blunts, they got the wax in them. They got all the good stuff in it. They've got edibles, tons of edibles, and tons of fire flour. Okay, they are the fastest delivery with the best product. Give them the code 2PEASPOD in order to be accepted, though. 2PEASPOD. You got to give them that code. But the number is 1-661-380-6380. Send them a text. Like I said, tell them 2PEASPOD sent you. They will get you going. I think you get like a 5% discount or something for your first purchase with that code as well. So check them out. Fastest delivery again. I'm talking, bro, I hit them up the other day, got here in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's how fast. Like, they'd be like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, cool.
Not bad.
Like, they fast. And they will get there no matter what, under an hour. But I'm talking probably 30 minutes at the longest.
What company was?
VIP on the go. I'm going to probably put their number up somewhere around here or just blast it across the screen. So be ready for it. You'll probably see it on there. That number again is 661-380-6380.
Not that I smoke marijuana nor use it. Okay, calm down.
Hey,
Call ambulance. Just wondering.
This is my podcast, not his.
Right.
So these are mine. All
Right.
But yeah, so check it out. Anyways, yeah. What about, okay, I know we were talking a lot about you doing your thing.
What?
Did you see, I know you're not into football as much because you don't watch as much, but what
Not
about the
gonna lie.
UFC?
You
Talk to me about that
you
Usman and
have to-
Edwards.
oh my god.
I want to hear what your thoughts
my
are on that.
boy.
I've had people requesting your thoughts a little bit on the Usman and Edwards too, a little bit. So
Man, I'm not gonna lie. That was beautiful. That was
It was
one
perfect.
of
I mean,
the biggest upsets ever. Seeing as Kamaru was the pound for pound number one. He tied Anderson Silva with the most consecutive title defenses. Was about to break it with 17, and I don't know. Leon Edwards' like story is pretty cool.
yeah,
Like
Just came from nothing.
Right, grew up from nothing, from Jamaica to the UK, just kind of getting bullied, that kind of thing. His mom wanted him off the streets, and so she said, "Why don't you try this?" Like
post fight conference here, or what?
Huh?
Did you hear him do this in the whole post fight conference?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, he was talking about it all.
Yeah, so like his mom telling him like, did you see the him calling his mom when he won the title?
Nah,
If you haven't seen that clip, it is beautiful.
he just pure hearted right there, huh? Yeah, that's what it is.
Watch,
Keep it
watch,
real,
watch.
but
Look,
but that's the thing. Well, here I'll probably look it up right here. Then that'll be better.
Huh?
You're like I already got to look it up.
No, because you just gotta hear it. Like I'm telling you, like it's
He just enjoy.
like not like just emotion, like that raw emotion. After, because he had been through so much. It was like 2 years where he had the eye poke. Because he's 10-0.
Yeah.
No, sorry, he lost to Kamaru. But he strung together 10 wins leading up to this.
Okay.
And for him to finally like get it and get it done was just beautiful. Okay, here we go. So you guys got to listen to this.
Don't be too loud. You're right next to the thing.
There you go.
Thank God, thank everyone.
That part. Just
Yeah,
raw emotion.
Yeah, he just has to. I mean, think about it. All your
Yeah.
adrenaline's been pumping too. Like,
I told ya, mom. That is sick.
yeah, that was
Just
hard.
being on top of the world. No, don't get me wrong. I am a Usman fan. Dominant
Sad that he
champion
lost,
for
but-
so long, that kind of thing. But when that Cinderella story pops up and he actually gets it done with 4 minutes and 4 seconds into the last round after getting dominated.
Just the entire
Right,
match.
except for that first round, getting dominated. It's typical Usman taking him down, pounding him out, that kind of thing.
The thing about it
Him
is,
just,
like, yes,
like Usman said, just Hail Mary right at the end, and it actually working out for him is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it just elevates the sport that much more. Because, God, who was I listening to? I was listening to someone, and they said that there's no other sport where you could be down. Like, imagine football. There's no other sport where you can be down 21-0. As far as and then all of a sudden be up. You know what I mean? You can't score 3 touchdowns. It's been done, but you know what I mean? In one
one swing.
right, exactly.
One score,
In
you
1
can't
second,
score.
you're lost. You're done. People are counting you out. People are leaving the arena. That kind of thing. And then you go from that to winning. There's no other sport like that. Soccer or football, you can't, 3 goals in a row after being down, 4-0, whatever it is. There's no other sport like that where you can go from 1 second, people just counting you out, to the next second, you've won. You're on top of the world. That's it. One. Because don't get me wrong, in football, there's been stuff like that, 2-minute warning. They come back when 2 touchdowns or whatever, something like that on off an onside kick, that kind of thing. But I'm talking about 1 second.
No, I get what you're saying.
Next second, you're the champion of the fucking world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not lying, because it just takes one good swing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I was. I mean, you brought up thinking about that. It takes one good swing to do a lot of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to put somebody out like that.
Yeah. One head kick. And now he's.
You know. Well, yeah, but that's gonna come running right back.
Who, Usman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they got to do the rematch because he was so dominant as a champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if you hear my son screaming in the back.
Yeah.
He's very active around this time.
Oh,
What is it? We're around 9 o'clock on Thursday, August 25th.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh? He's very active right now. Yeah, he'll be active
good.
until about 11 o'clock. He's getting big, huh?
Yeah, it looks
he's
good.
getting big.
Big healthy boy, long hair,
Yeah.
crazy colored eyes.
He's actually getting his hair is getting longer like mine, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll have as long as hair as mine. Maybe longer, but
You
we'll
gonna
see.
cut
His is
it, or you
straight
gonna
though.
let it grow.
Well, his is a little wavy, but we'll let it grow
Yeah.
at least for a little while until he gets a little bigger. Decides. I don't want him tripping on it, but
Right, exactly. That first haircut can be traumatic sometimes.
so I just want him to, enjoy his hair too.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, but I enjoy my hair a lot. It's
Yeah.
fun. I like doing different things like braiding it and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe one day on this podcast I'll have it
Because I
braided.
think when we reconnected and started, trading and stuff, that's about the time that you start growing your hair out.
Out again, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had it grown out for a little bit
Yeah.
at that point, but it wasn't this long. It was
Yeah.
in a ponytail, but not in a good one.
Yeah.
I used to hate when we were training and that shit would all come out, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
especially when you're just doing jiu-jitsu. That one I probably should have just used a cap. Keep it real.
What do you mean a cap?
Just like
You can put a swimmer's cap on?
something like that, but it's more
Really?
like a skull cap.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just kind of
I
tuck
got you.
most of it in.
Yeah.
And then maybe have
Well,
a
that's
little.
why fighters braid their hair.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if that's what I was gonna really do, go to a tournament, I'd braid my hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But on a day-to-day basis.
I'm not gonna braid my
training.
hair day to day.
Right.
You feel
I
me?
Got you.
So and because
That makes
when you
sense.
braid it like that, it's tight and that it takes some. I mean, this doesn't take long, but it, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
especially if you haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
You ever had your hair braided?
I did. I had a fro in junior high school.
Oh,
and
man.
had braids, and that's literally what made me like
Cut
cut
your hair?
my hair. Because it was painful. One, because my mom made my niece do it, and she didn't want to do it, and she's really good at it. And if she's upset with you,
She'll hurt you.
she'll pull every single hair into that braid and make you. I threw up. I had a headache. Like she did me dirty, and so I ended up cutting my hair and never growing it back after that. Yeah.
So the first person I did that with, she did my hair up like that too. She was really good. She could do my hair in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like straight done. And she got on the sides because I shaved the side. I shaved the side.
Yeah.
It's a little messy right now, but she
especially
got
like right here.
Yeah, she had the
Oh,
little
that was
side
terrible.
area right here
Yeah.
on the top of my head, and it was just a little one. And she said, and I was like, oh. I was like, that didn't feel good.
Yeah, my shit was.
And then
like,
after that,
pulled back, fucking.
yeah, after
like
that,
I got
I had the
facelift.
pullback feel.
Yeah.
But after that one, it never really hurt like that again. I don't know. Yeah, after that, it's always felt pretty good. Like
I didn't give it a second
I'll
chance.
fall asleep sometimes while they're doing that.
Yeah.
They're like, keep your head. Yeah, sure. Cause that stuff feels good to me.
I didn't give it a second chance. Cut it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I just like having my hair played with in general, so that's probably why. But now I just usually do like 2 braids.
Yeah.
Because if I do like multiple braids, it kind of looks weird.
Oh, you
I
mean
don't
like
know.
a
Yeah,
lot.
like
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, if I
Well,
did it all the
especially 'cause
time,
you got
I'd look like crisscross or something. But
Yeah, especially since you have the side.
what I
Sure.
want to do is just have it kind of grow down to where I can braid them down through here. You know what I mean? Like if I braid it, like you got to think, like if I pull my hair down from here right now, it's probably down to about like right here. It's just my hair's so curly, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Like if it was straight, yeah. My hair's not straight.
It
Ever.
actually is a little curvy. You're right.
No, curly. This thing is
Well,
curly.
Yeah, curly. It is.
Yeah, very.
You're right. I don't know how you got that, but
I don't either. But it's curly, huh?
yeah, it is.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what your?
Yeah, I'm Native American and white. Really?
I guess it'd be. I don't know. I feel like Native Americans had straight hair.
That's what I
Could be
thought
wrong
too.
on that. I don't know.
Could be wrong. Maybe it's the white people.
What white people though? Caucasian, European. Sorry, don't get offended.
Hey, did you see that somebody was getting sued for white people like discrimination? I forget who it was. It was like,
No.
yeah, there's a company. I think I was reading it earlier that. What did they do? Oh, it was like American Express is
Like a
getting
bank?
No, like the credit cards. They're
Oh,
getting
because they have a.
they're discriminating against white people, and so
What's
they're being
on the American
sued.
Express? Like on
The
the
eagle
actual card?
It's the I don't know what it is. I don't know what
What's
it is.
on the-
I guess something about I didn't get to see it too much. I seen it when I was working, so I
Yeah.
kind of it caught my eye, and I was like, "What?" I was
Oh,
like, "You got to
goodness.
be kidding me!" Oh, so it had me laughing a little bit, but yeah, it's something going on right now. Let me look that up
You
real
mean
quick.
that woke,
'Cause-
that woke culture?
Oh man, we're getting real woke around here. You know what I
Jesus.
mean? Our culture.
That stuff makes no sense.
They had me
culture,
dying.
Gender identity thing. I feel like I don't know. They're always like extremists on both sides, right? Because if you look from like you know who Andrew Tate is? Or is his name Andrew Tate? Do you know who that is?
Who?
The Tate brothers or whatever. You ever
Why does that
listen to
sound so
those guys?
familiar?
Because they're blowing up lately.
Look.
They're like
Fox Business put this up. Let me see this. My boss likes watching Fox News. So it says right here, headline: American Express. This is August 24th, 2022 at 1:36 p.m. from Fox News. FoxBusiness.com, I should say. American Express slapped with lawsuit alleging discrimination against white employees.
Okay.
I had to do a little bit more research into that, but it just when it hit me, I was like, "What?"
You're right. Yeah. That's
So-
something you hear all the time.
So this is going down. I guess it looks like Arizona. American Express. That's crazy.
But have you heard of the Tate brothers?
Okay, who are they again?
I want to say I feel like I'm getting his name wrong. Is it Andrew Tate?
Let's see.
But either way, they would be the opposite of like they're like millionaires at least.
Tristan Tate?
Tristan is the
Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate, yeah.
Emery Tate?
No. Andrew and Tristan. So Tristan is the younger or the older brother.
He's a fighter?
Yeah, they're both kickboxers.
Oh, okay.
But now they're millionaires off of like a bunch of different like business endeavors or whatever. But they are the opposite of like the woke culture kind of thing, and they are, I guess, misogynistic as hell. Like,
I bet.
Oh, but it's I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny to listen to, because they are complete opposite of what like has been going around. It's hilarious to listen to those guys talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like
So, since we're talking about a whole bunch of athletes and stuff like that, what do you think about Brittany Griner not being up there very much anymore?
yeah. Well,
That makes me laugh.
you know what, Pete?
I'm not laughing
laugh.
at her, but I'm just laughing at the fact that nobody's talking about it really anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because she got sentenced.
Well,
9
because
years of- well,
okay,
tell-
do you
tell-
think she deserved to be sentenced?
Well, just in case they haven't heard.
So Brittany
So
Griner
it
got
was
9 years.
right. It's
For
women's
smuggling.
NBA. She apparently had some like was it THC wax or something like that.
So
And
she
they
had
were- they
like
were-
wax. Okay, so
It was
they
like
were,
the
wax
pins or something, right?
but they were like supposedly empty cartridges
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like if they're empty, why not throw them away?
right. But they were playing in Russia, and she got caught with the THC
No, she goes over to
stuff.
Russia.
I thought they were
She
playing
goes-
in Russia.
She goes to Russia to play to make extra money.
Oh, okay.
Is what it is.
Okay. But yeah, they got caught. Russian government obviously going to take full advantage of that. Didn't let her go despite like it going all the way up to like Biden trying to.
Well, okay, so they're trying to trade for some like
Right.
weapons dealer or something like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do you think they should have traded for her?
Well, here's the thing that people I feel like have been kind of iffy about is like, I get it. Like she shouldn't get locked up for 9 years for something that's
Right.
legal in the U.S. Right?
I don't feel like she should be locked up for 9 years. But okay, you got to think about this. If someone was smuggling drugs into the U.S., how many years would they get?
A lot. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what they're considering is-
Considering it a drug, right? But you know the whole culture behind marijuana and everything is changing, but Russia hasn't changed that policy or whatever.
But that doesn't matter. That's their culture, and if you're
Right.
going to go to their land, you need to abide by their culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about this. If you were going to go to Russia and you knew that weed wasn't legal, are you going to bring it?
Did she know?
Bro, she's been going there for years
Oh, okay.
to play.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring it?
No, I wouldn't. I was-
Okay.
Right.
So,
that's
why are
not-
you going to think that you're above the law enough?
She's the WM. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I got from this whole thing was, hey, I'm above the law because I'm a WNBA star, so, like, you shouldn't be able to touch me.
Yeah. Wrong.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right about her being wrong.
Yeah.
And so that's what kind of got me. Like, I was like, like I said, I don't think 9 years is a fair sentence because technically she was just using it. She wasn't trying to sell it. And I mean, but the whole smuggling thing, it's huge. That's a huge thing. Smuggling into a country.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that kind of
I
stuff.
know a lot of people were kind of iffy on it because they were like, okay, so you're telling me that you're going to go all the way up to the president on this, but you have people here in the U.S. that are still locked up for marijuana charges.
The same charges. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. I just hit the dang mic. Don't pay attention to that part. But for the same charges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you think about the 3 strikes you're out law,
yeah.
where if you get 3 felonies in a row, that third felony is automatically a life sentence. If you were selling marijuana,
And
it's still a felony, and so somebody is sitting in a prison right now
for life.
for life off of
Marijuana
charge. Yeah. So that I know that a lot of people were kind of against it. Like, well, hey, like you
Why-
you don't even take care of it in the U.S. Why are you worried about it?
But
Like,
that's
comes from
right.
there.
I mean, I think the same way. Like, if you're gonna do that, and then they had some teacher over there that had the same thing going on. Like, he was in there for like the same thing. Brought some
Oh.
weed over,
Yeah.
and he's been locked up for over a year now or something like that. And he's like, yo, they're not even mentioning me in this. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to go home too. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know, like that was huge. So, again, I don't think 9 years was right. But did you hear what they're trying to get her to do? Instead of being a seamstress, they're trying to get her to be a basketball coach over there.
Oh, really?
People were making tons of jokes.
No.
Oh my god.
Is that real? Is that a real thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, well, since you're over here, you coach this basketball team.
Look at WNBA stars are still heading over there right now to Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Being part of the WNBA has to be rough.
yeah, and I get
Trying
that.
to make a living off of it, and you just don't have the same amount of money that the NBA has. It can't be that bad. You're still playing the sport. You're still getting to travel the world. I mean, I don't know what the money's like, but...
This thing keeps talking about Dennis Rodman, I guess, was trying to go over and help out Brittany Griner.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, heck, he went to North Korea. Like, he was like boys with Kim Jong-un.
I know.
Yeah. That's wild. That dude's wild.
That dude is wild.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things where like, I don't know if it's necessarily like should be full-time news. Like, oh God, we gotta free her.
Well, like I
When-
said, I just laugh that now that the fact that she's got verdict. I mean, what have you really seen about it on the news?
Yeah.
Like, it just got dropped off that quick,
Right.
which is what
Which
happens. But
unfortunately means she's probably gonna have to do that time.
yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess they're still trying to work something out, but it's like, why? I mean, you think about it. You're not going to win the midterms if you break her out. You're going to have to, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to do something after that. You're going to have to boost your people. The Biden
I feel like that
administration.
would boost your PR getting her out. You
No.
don't think so?
Think about how many people are against it compared to how many people you've heard. Like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's get her out.
I don't. It's not a bad.
I haven't
PR.
heard very many people wanting to get her out. Let's just put it like that.
I don't feel like it's.
I don't feel like put it like this. If they brought her back
Mm.
and traded her with that guy, I'd be like, I'd lose so much more respect for. I mean, I don't have very much
do you know
respect for
the
this
other-
whole
the other
administration right
guy-
now, anyway. But
Yeah. Do you know what the other guy that they're trying to trade? Like,
it was some arms dealer or
Oh, really?
major drug lord or something like that.
no.
They were trying to which they probably would have just ended up offing him in Russia anyway because he probably knew too much. But this was like somebody that dealt arms to them and
Yeah.
for them and
So big time.
yeah,
Yeah. Someone that we're gonna let go. That's big time.
that had probably
Compared
some
to-
info.
Yeah. Compared to a WNBA star.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
And of course they're going to take advantage of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, I mean, I would. I don't know about you. But that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just real quick, I got one more thing. This episode is also being sponsored by My Rose. And that's going to be MAI__ROSE. My Rose is now on Instagram selling shirts, pins, wine bottle tops, bracelets, keychains, and so much more. In fact, I bring my pin right here to work every day and use this thing all day long. I love this. My little turt right here, I call him. I know that sounds crazy, but he is. My little turtle right here. Have you seen this thing? I picked yellow. You know why I picked yellow?
I do not know.
Yellow is a very bright, happy color. And when
Okay.
people see it, it tends to, you know, give them at least a better feeling during the day. And then you see this little smiling turtle. You know what I mean? This thing's cool.
Yeah.
And plus, it fits so smoothly in my hand. Like, the balance on it is just great, you know? Like, I could sit here and use this thing all day long. The writing on it is probably one of the smoothest pens I've ever written with. It just, see how it just feels nice, huh? And then if you put it like this, I like putting it like this and letting this thing just kind of rest.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like, it just sits.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's
I
very
know
smooth.
you saw like they have.
They also
like,
come with
an
refills.
Ambulance one that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we got all sorts of
a
them. Go
ton
check
of them,
out. Yeah,
yeah.
go check them out. And if you hit her up right now on Instagram and you use the code 2PSPOD, let her know 2PSPOD. You got to spell it out though. TWOPSPOD. You know, put spaces in between those. You get a 10% off discount of your first order. So go check her out. That again is MAI__. So there's two of them. __ROSE. So MAI__ROSE. My Rose. Go check her out on Instagram right now. Place that order. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna have to put her number up. I'll put her number up right here. You can send her a text, place an order. 2-piece pod. You got to send that code in though. Okay. Let them know. All right. So it's been interesting around town lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on. By the way, we got speaking of UFC. I just wanted to go back to this real quick. We've got tons more fights coming up.
We do.
There is a bunch.
Khamzat versus Diaz.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. The next
Ending
one
his
here.
contract.
Yeah, this is his last fight, isn't it?
Yeah, the last one on his contract. People are saying that they're doing Diaz bad because they're giving him Khamzat for his
well, because I guess he's some huge white boy or what?
No, he's like Russian or Dagestani or something like that, and he is gigantic, like big time wrestler, something that like the Diaz brothers are not gonna do
good against. Yeah, because they're boxers,
right? Exactly. So
that's
they're
UFC
planning
279 on the 10th.
Yeah, so they're planning on. Well, it looks
fun.
like he's gonna get murked, basically.
Yeah,
he's gonna get picked up, slammed on his head, that kind of thing. Like Diaz, unfortunately, I would say that it's gonna get stopped by like cut, because Khamzat also has decent striking as well. He's got a couple knockouts under his record as well. Mm-hmm. And anytime you hit a Diaz brother, their face just blows apart because they've had so many cuts over the years.
Yeah.
And same thing like with when he fought Masvidal, that was a doctor stoppage due to a cut. So I feel like that's probably how it goes down. He eats a couple shots. He still keeps coming forward. Eats more shots. Now he's got a gigantic cut. Doctor stoppage in the third. Watch.
Are there any other ones on that card that you want to see? Let's see. You've got. I'm gonna tell them all right now.
I don't know who's on that.
So another one would be Jingling, Ferguson. Then you got Dennis versus Jamie Pickett.
So
Walker versus
that card is literally not stacked. Also, they're saying because the UFC is so against like Diaz. So
why are they so against him again?
I have no idea.
Because is he leaving on bad terms or something?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So why is he leaving?
He's done with the UFC. His contract's up. He doesn't want to renew it. He wants to go out and like
venture on his own.
Use the stardom that he got from like beating Conor McGregor to like maybe do some boxing matches or something like that. And so he's trying to get out of his UFC contract, and this is the last fight on it. They are saying, obviously you should stay, and
we want you to fight some more.
Right, we're not going to let you just go out, like that. And so, excuse me. So basically,
this is like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah, but you want to go out. Don't think you're going to go out easy, nice little, whatever.
Yeah, no,
I'm going to give you someone to get murked, and he's going to build his name off the fact that he murdered you.
Because, there's not even much coming up after that until, 280 right here?
I know that John Jones' return is certain.
Sterling and Dillashaw is coming up on October 22nd. That might be all right.
Yeah. But I know that John Jones, they're starting to try to put the finishing touches on
Peter Yan versus O'Malley. I might want to watch that.
That would be a good one. Yeah,
I might want. They're both good strikers.
Yeah,
I might want to watch that. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's kind of weird, but I like my boy Sean O'Malley.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean. He's not bad. He's a character.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because he just has that like ongoing character.
Yeah.
Plus, he does pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's
got really good striking.
Power to be one of the smaller weight classes.
Bantamweight, bro. That's crazy.
People walking around. Well, not that they actually weigh that much, but to weigh like 135 pounds as a guy. Not that they weigh that much for very long.
But that's still a small weight.
Yeah, and he's obviously lanky. He's probably a little bit taller as well, so that gives him the range and stuff.
Okay.
Because he's taller for the division.
Yeah, he is actually pretty tall.
He's one of the shorter.
I was about to say,
more
Jan's
stockier
kind of
guys.
short after that one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one.
Man, they only got up to 281 after that, where they got Adesanya fighting Perrier.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be good.
That one's gonna be sick. He's the only person. Do you know the story behind that?
Didn't he move up for that weight?
No, he's the last person for Izzy to lose to. He lost to him in kickboxing, knocked him out the second.
Oh
fight.
yeah. But that wasn't in the UFC.
No,
it was just in kickboxing. Yeah.
And so now Alex Pereira has made his way up in the UFC and
Wants to fight him.
wants to fight him. So I've
That's gonna be
already
pretty
beat you
dope.
in kickboxing, but that card's stacked. That's a good card.
There's only 2 on there right now that I can see.
Yeah, they're probably gonna stack. Where is it at?
That one. I don't know.
That one is probably gonna be a stacked card. 'Cause
Yeah, what I'm
anything
looking
with
at just
Izzy
doesn't tell
on
me.
it-
This is just random old Google right here. Passing them on real quick, but it's gonna be a fun one to watch. Is what
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, definitely.
I'm gonna be excited for that one. I'll probably definitely watch that one.
Yeah, Alex Pereira.
Who is this? Carla Esperanza fighting. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like,
The
wait a minute.
Cookie Monster.
Well, I couldn't
I
see
think that's
this,
their,
and it
like,
said
nickname.
6. I thought it was a 0, and I was like, she's 20-0.
No.
I was like, dang, she doing good. Who is this? But now I see. So okay, when is did Amanda or whatever her name is take back the title?
She did.
I
She
figured.
came back and beat Juliana Pena.
Juliana
She-
just beat her
Yeah.
bad.
And basically, yep.
She's like,
Just
now I'm
beat
gonna
the mess
show
out
you.
of her.
Yeah.
Yep. Same. The second fight, it went all 5 rounds. It was a decision, but unanimous decision,
Yeah.
and she dominated that fight, like legit dominated.
I'm
So
gonna
Juliana
eat you.
Pena is calling for a trilogy fight, but you kind of got your butt handed to you. So I don't know if anyone wants to really see that trilogy, but
I mean, she is the
Nunez
only.
is also talking about, because she's double champ again, so she's got 2 weight divisions that she's supposed to be fighting out of, right? And so she's talking about fighting out of the other division as well. She's got to get a couple fights to continue to hold the title. So she might drop down and defend her belt.
If she drops down, that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad for those girls. They
Right.
better be ready.
Yeah. She's a monster.
She
She's gonna go
is,
down
though.
as one as
Probably the most
maybe
dominant.
yeah, maybe
most dominant
more
woman
than
fighter.
Rousey.
Yeah,
She's
because
not
'cause, well,
as
when
much
Rousey was
star
there, too-
power, but
yeah, because when Rousey was there, you gotta think it just started doing the whole women thing.
yeah.
And Rousey held it for how long? How many fights?
Ooh. For some reason in my head it says I'm thinking 9, but I don't
Because
know
it was
if that's
something
true or
crazy, but then all of a sudden she just got
Yeah,
rocked,
she
and
got
all of a sudden was like,
destroyed.
I never
not.
want
And
to see
then
the ring
came
again.
back, and Nunez destroyed her as well. But
But she probably got scared of Nunez and said, "I'm out, dude. I'm out of here for good."
well, she's WWE now.
I know.
I've never watched that. I don't know.
I was never like,
How do
I
you go
watched
from,
it or
like,
something-
real
couple times.
fighting to like a
Yeah,
stage
stage
performance?
fighting.
Yeah.
but okay.
And
So
then-
my thing about it was too is like I watched it, but it was kind of more like at the time that thing was like a show. You know what I mean? Like when it was like WWE was like a big
crazy era, like the WWF, like
no.
Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker.
I saw all
Kane.
them, but what I'm talking about is when they made it like a reality show.
That's when you were watching it.
Yeah, because I was at the time, I forget who was watching it around me. Somebody was, but they were watching it because it was the Divas or whatever. But they would show all the WWEs and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So
No, I watched.
that's
it.
the only time I really. I just never really was a big WWE fan. Like,
Yeah. I watched it when it was the WWF, and they had like The Rock.
well, I remember
Awesome.
that. I remember when they had the Undertaker, Kane,
Undertaker.
Kane, and
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the good era.
Big Show,
Right,
and
That was a good
you know,
era.
yeah, that was a
I
very
think
well because they
I think they call it like their Attitude Era or some crap like that, because it was
just had
edgy.
fun. Yeah, they had fun then.
yeah.
They were very edgy though. Everyone was like some weirdo, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Some
It wasn't necessarily PG all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
They would do some crazy stuff though, like hitting, like they would all of a sudden really be smacking the crap out of each other, and you're like, hold up, his face is gashed open.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
where did that come from?
Right. So apparently nowadays they've actually you can get fined for blood, like
WWE can?
yeah. Well, no, the superstars.
Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah, because they're looking for a more like PG rated kind of show.
Well, because they want to get the kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they want. That's going to get them money. Kids are going to be like, Dad, Mom, I want this.
Yeah.
And think about all the games they have out and stuff like
Games,
that.
The merch. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely going to be that way.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. At least it's not like back in our day when not only were people watching it, but they were always doing it at the same time back in their backyards.
Jacking each other up.
In their backyards,
Breaking
off
necks.
of the roofs and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the backyard deals.
Oh my God,
man.
backyard wrestling. And they would,
Right.
you'd see them just,
Like on
Boom.
YouTube.
yeah, and it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Messing each other up.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there was a story of some kid unfortunately getting paralyzed. 'Cause
Oh
his
my
older
God,
brother,
yes.
like, smashed him on his head. Yeah.
And you were like, why did that happen? Well, why do you think it happened?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we never did that. Unless it was like in the pool. We did it in the pool, but not like, never dropping each other on our heads or anything.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, we would
Yeah, that was a big
RKO
thing.
or something.
Yeah. That was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Mess around with your brothers. Because I had two brothers.
Choke
growing
slam
up.
them into the pool. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
the choke
now
slam.
it's
That was Kane's thing, remember?
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Kane was like my favorite wrestler.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, he'd be like,
Right.
just, unless they were too big.
But now I feel like it's a soap opera.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Soap opera, toned down, kids, kind of.
Yeah. Well, it
Mm.
is. I mean, you gotta think about it. Again, it is for the kids. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not for the adults really anymore. And it's kind of like the whole monster truck thing. Like, think about it. As an adult, you're like, oh, that's cool.
You mean like,
But monster trucks for a kid, it's like, whoa, look at this
yeah.
big old truck. Like, you just like, dang.
and
I started thinking about how much gas does that thing take? You know, like, what kind of gas does that thing take? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
we're actually gonna take Adrian to go see monster trucks. They're gonna be here, and
would you have gone without Adrian?
no,
Yeah.
obviously not.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my point 100%.
yeah.
So, one more thing. I got asked this earlier, and so I'll give you my opinion in a second. What do you think of AI?
Like artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I know it's random, but
I don't know. It's not something that I pay too much attention to. You're talking about like
I don't
AI
either.
getting to the point to where it's like
Like where we're
dangerous for
using it.
humans.
where we're using it, because I was just looking at something, and I'm a big supporter of Elon Musk, and I know he does a lot of AI. I'm not a big fan of AI though.
Why?
But what?
Why?
Just because I think like I read this quote one time where it wasn't like AI is faulty. It just says AI is doing its job way too well. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we program
So,
AI to
like,
do its
yeah.
job way too well,
So
and
eventually it ends up taking over.
it ends up trying to do its job to something that it
What
doesn't need to do its
happens,
job
like, it,
to, in the
has,
sense.
like
A meltdown.
no, what's
An
that?
epiphany of
Like,
itself.
yeah, exactly.
You know
And
what I mean? Like,
starts
it just-
well, I'm doing this
To save the
protect
world.
you, right?
Yeah.
To protect humans, and it's like we gotta lock you guys all up and. throw you in a cage
But I
or
don't,
something.
and people are making robots, and no matter what we say, people are going to do it. You know what I mean? Because think about it. If you could send robots out on the battlefield instead of people, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
100%. But what happens when those robots all of a sudden get smart enough thinking like, dang, you just killing us off?
Right.
Are they going to start, and then what do? Do you give them rights? Do you give them,
Robot.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
think about it, because,
yeah.
I mean, the things that I hear, like, the last thing that I heard was like a robot, these AI robots were shut down because of the fact that they started communicating with each other in their own language, which
Oh shoot.
I hear a lot, you know what I mean, which is crazy, but it's not too insane. You can make a language up real quick if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they shut them down. Well, one turned itself back on and started powering itself back up, like doing its thing
Right.
to make itself stronger and all that stuff to
Yeah.
protect itself. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that.
That's true.
We're humans. Like,
You're
we're
right.
supposed to do humanly things and have heirs and have all these things. And the minute that we have an heir to a computer, that computer's gonna be like, oh, that was wrong. You know what I mean? plus, then it starts leading to the fact that you guarantee people are going to start wanting to become Terminator-like, where they're introducing that to their own bodies. Like, I need to be stronger, faster.
Right.
You know what I mean? And able to defend against this, which is gonna, it's gonna be crazy. But I don't want to do all that. Like, I don't want my kids and their kids and their kids to have to go through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like low key AI might be the doom to the world, as we really know it.
Could be. It could be one of those things, like I said, where the robots take over and they're like, well, we're doing this to protect you guys.
I mean, they've only done iRobot and stuff like that for a reason, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't just come up with this out of nowhere. Yeah. Stuff like this has been going on for a long time.
Becoming reality.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why I don't want it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand that it's going to be there and there's nothing that can stop it. But I don't want it.
Yeah. That's true.
I guess low-key is just, it's something that I feel like one day is just going to affect us. You know what I mean? Like, that could happen in our lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could live another 50 years right now, easy, and all of a sudden there be AI running and walking around, feeding you and carrying you.
The scariest part about, like, robotics and everything is the job force.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because everything starts to be getting done by robots and stuff.
Then you
like
lose
that.
your job,
so
no money.
What is everyone else going to do? Is they start, like, taking humans out and replacing them with robots.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and so another thing was, like, Elon Musk has these self-driving car mechanisms now that he's prototyping right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But supposedly people are using them. He's like, hey, I need you guys to keep your hands on the wheel. You know what I mean? While you use it, don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people are, like, videotaping themselves, like, yeah, look at me doing this, no hands, ha. And they're, like, videotaping it. Like, yeah.
You seen the Tesla crashes, though?
Yeah, but they were, where they, like, say that they run over babies and stuff.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that, but, like, something messes up and they run into the back of, like, something.
Yeah.
Little things here and there.
But it's also a prototype right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about it. It's not a fully built system, and people are supposed to have their hands on the wheel to take over.
Still paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, are you gonna put your life in the hands of a robot?
No. I think there was one of, like, the dude, like, sleeping. Wow. Like, he's knocked out in the driver's seat, just... And this thing is driving itself.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Like, think about, you seen that next... You can go ahead. I'm slowing down.
Getting away from the dude knocked out.
Yeah. As much as I don't trust freaking humans, I don't trust robots, like, either. Right. Think about any little thing that messes up electronic. You hit a bump wrong, that thing goes, oh, shoot. Bow! You know what I mean? Like, that's not okay. You know what I mean? Like, you might just...
And you can, so, from what I heard, something about, like, you can hack the system of someone's car.
And probably drive them around.
And then use it to...
That'd be interesting.
Because there was some, like, assassination attempts on something like that, where...
They would drive him into a spot?
Yeah. They would kill the person. So there was... I want to say it has to do with Russia or something like that. But he was about to, like, expose something or whatever. And so they hacked his car. And there's a video of it. And he's doing, like, 100 and something miles per hour straight into a wall. And they're pretty sure, like, obviously it begins, like, conspiracy theories or whatever. But they're pretty sure, like, I think it was the Russian government, like, hacked his car and then just drove him into a wall.
They're like, you're dead.
100 miles per hour, right? Yeah.
Tesla ain't gonna save you from this one.
Yeah. So if someone hacks that system and gets into it and just randomly starts messing stuff up, you'd be able to control your car.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Kill you. Bada bing, bada boom, you're gone dead. That's not cool.
Yeah. But I mean, hacking is like a big thing, period, now.
Right?
Yeah.
That's everything now. Keep it real, that's the warfare low key now is what they say is all going to be over that. Like, how much can you hack?
Right.
Which...
Or supposedly China's like one of the best at it.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
Sounds about right. Maybe a little bit more than we are.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, they got, triple our population?
We saw with the elections, too. Like the bots and everything. Trying to influence our election over here. And most of the deals were Russian.
That's propaganda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it does. That's why I remember hearing this, like in China, they have these war hero films. You know what I mean? And all these war hero films are like these Chinese people getting, you know, like pushed down into the bottom that are brought back up, and one guy saves them from like all these Marines or all these like army guys and stuff. People from the U.S. Just people from the U.S. in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, what do you think they're gonna do when they see?
Well, that's their culture because we're doing the same thing.
Somewhat. We don't necessarily just attack
movies,
them though.
No, but yeah, you do. Our movies, I'm sure there's some out there. Like
Some.
China's the big,
Yeah, but that's all their movies though, basically. They got a lot of propaganda going on over there.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's because it's still state run.
Yeah.
It's still one guy leads it all kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I heard that their government is tied in directly to their businesses and stuff. So there's no separation between, your private, owned businesses and the government. Like in order to flourish and have like a powerful business or whatever, you have to be tied into the government. The government can actually like affect your business. So,
that's probably any business, but yeah.
No, I mean like it's tied directly into it. Like you have to be tied directly into it.
Like, yeah, I mean that's I'm saying. Like probably a lot of businesses could be affected by the government, is what I meant by it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like not all of them are affected directly by it.
Right. I'm saying like if you step out of line as a CEO of whatever, then they're removing you as a CEO. That kind of thing.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's what we do nowadays.
Yeah.
But all right, I'm gonna take them out on that. Anywhere they can find you? No, you really don't have anything, huh?
I say incognito.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast. I think I'm on Google Podcast too. YouTube for sure. Go check me out on YouTube. Check these things out, man. This is where I'm at, and it's all 2-piece pod. It's TWO space PS space POD. Instagram is I think somebody said my Instagram or something like that. Excuse me, was different, but I don't think it is. Oh, in my Instagram and stuff, it's like not spaced because I don't think I could space it. So that's the only thing that's different in there. So go check that out. Again, search me up on YouTube. Find me there. Go like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up. And again, this episode was brought to you by Porterville Wholesale. 1902 West North Grand in Porterville, California. That's where you'll find them at. You gotta go get it. All there. I mean, you can see a couple pictures up on my Facebook page, and you can definitely check them out and maybe hit them up and ask them what's going on over there. But you need to go to that store. They've got all the goods you need. I'm talking all the goods you need at very low prices. They probably the lowest prices you'll ever see. Save some money. Go check it out. Do your thing. Fix up the house. Maybe the patio, because they got patio furniture, but they got compressors, nail guns, all the tool sets that you need, toolboxes, outdoor equipment, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, go check them out. 1902 West North Grand, Porterville, California. My boy Ray over there will take care of you. So, thank you very much. 2-piece pod. We out. Woo.